Michael was a different level, man. It was a different level of competitiveness, just sheer will to win. He changed the game. He changed the game. Of the game. He changed it. I played against some of the greatest players in the history of this game. Michael Jordan was one of those guys that lifted my ability to the next level. We enjoyed the competition with one another. We played very hard and fiercely against one another, but it was like you had two gentlemen going head to head. Michael Jordan and I wasn't just coming down the court getting dunks at the dunks. We found creative ways to score. I can't tell you the fun and the pleasure I had to play against him. You know, and Michael and I, we never really talked about those games. It was kind of an unspoken thing between us. You know, the respect level that we had was at a different level. I think I had a great game in Atlanta, and I remember going to Chicago. Michael walks into our locker room. Now, we're still in suit and tie. We haven't gotten dressed yet. And he walks in our locker room, suit and tie. And I was like, what are you doing coming in our locker room? And I ain't going to say exactly what I said. And so he walked by me. He walked by Kevin Willis. And he got to Randy Whitman. He tapped him on his butt. And he said, lace him up. It's going to be a long night. He got 60 that night. He got 60. And it was a very close game. I think it went down to the last shot in that game. But I think he proved his point.
An unmistakable view of the Windy City and a lot of anticipation in the air. Welcome, everyone, to Chicago. This is Kevin Harlan along with me, Clark Kellogg. We've got David Aldridge joining us from the sideline as we get set to watch the Atlanta Hawks go up against the Chicago Bulls. Clark, this should be a beauty.
You know, each of these teams, Kevin, has a guy who is in the running for the league lead in scoring. I'm, of course, talking about two guys that don't need introduction, Michael Jordan offensively.
And Clark, beyond just Jordan and Wilkins, plenty of other talented scorers on each of these teams as well.
Kevin, you make a very good point. I mean, these are two impressive high-octane lineups, which I think could result in this score really getting run up in a hurry.
This should be one to remember. And out there for Atlanta, Spud Webb at the point with Doc Rivers at the 2. At the forward positions, Dominique Wilkins and Moses Malone. John Koncak will be at center. And starting things off for the Bulls, it's John Paxson at point guard with Michael Jordan also at the guard.
Both exceptional scoring threats, and I know their teams are expecting each of them to be the difference makers out there as they try to get the W. He does not lack for confidence, and he shouldn't. I mean, this guy is a dangerous scorer.
Here's Webb. No good that time. And it's Chicago the other way. Jordan way outside. Rebounded by the Hawks. You know, often, Clark, it's the team's respective leader who sets the tone for their whole squad. It's a good point.
Jordan letting the Hawks know his range is legit. He doesn't always have to penetrate. He can knock down the jumper, too.
The number one objective, Clark, of this Bulls defense has to be limiting Dominique Wilkins' looks. They've got to contain that incredible scoring of his.
Kevin, you're all over it. Right on point. I mean, if Chicago can't disrupt his usual scoring, then they're in for a long night and some real trouble.
Wilkins and Jordan, a couple of talented one-on-one players who are both going to be seeking mismatches in this one.
And, you know, Kevin, if you're on either of these teams, you've got to be ready to come at Jordan and Wilkins defensively. Don't let them dictate things. Low-effort defense, not going to get it done because they'll take advantage of that fully.
Oof. The two scoring leaders facing off. But to dig deeper, let's go to a guy who can dig as deep as any, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. We know that Dominique and Jordan scoring will probably be the big story of the night, but there's a lot more to these guys' games that could affect the outcome. With Wilkins, we've seen a new focus from him on improving his rebounding. And as always, Jordan's defense can be just as impactful as his offense. Guys, back to you.
You know, David, that's an interesting point, and I think you're right. It's not just Clark about scoring tonight. It's got to be a
You can always count on Jordan to crank it up a little bit here at home and give these Bulls fans a game worth watching.
Outside Wilkins. Malone looking around. Over Paxson, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
There's no let-up in Malone's attack. He is relentless, which makes defenses nervous.
Good on the second free throw. Chicago leading by 6. Jordan right side. Shoots over Webb, and the Bulls tack on 2 more.
I think Jordan could do this all day long. I mean, the mid-range area is a very comfortable area for him.
Paxson against Webb. It's Rivers on the wing. Wilkins trying to get open. A nice shot by Rivers. Obviously, Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, Clark, both applied great defensive pressure. You know, but the Hawks have some fast hands and some nice defensive skills of their own.
Yeah, that's right, Kevin. I mean, you think about Doc Rivers. If the Bulls aren't careful around Rivers, he could create a lot of havoc and force a bunch of turnovers. And in a contest between two very high-scoring teams, we know every possession counts.
Yeah, Rivers is like a coach on the floor.
He really is. Boy, tremendous vision from Rivers there. You see why he racks up so many assists.
Trying to get open is Pippen. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Jordan's got 15 points.
Well, he could have earned some style points there, but he really doesn't need to use the fadeaway when he's that wide open.
Webb the pass to Wilkins. And the officials call traveling violation. Atlanta making a switch here. Willis is checked in.
Coming onto the floor for the Hawks, Kevin Willis.
And here's Grant. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. 6-point game. Credit to these Hawks, Clark, for having a constant postseason presence these last few seasons.
3 straight second-round appearances, and then last year a tough loss in the first round. But I say don't let that fool you. These Hawks are a very competitive team.
They really are. Something that could be a difference maker in this one is Moses Malone's dominance on the glass.
I agree. I mean, Chicago is going to have to fight extremely hard to beat Malone to rebounds. He's relentless in pursuing them, especially offensive boards. But limiting the Hawks' second chance points, I think, is essential for this Bulls team.
Good observation. And here's Jordan outside. That one falls, coming off of Paxson's feed. Paxson's got 3 assists tonight. Wilkins against Jordan. Wilkins passes to Willis. Here's Malone. Lays it up off the glass. Malone's got his second bucket of the night.
Really hard not to see the open teammate right there. Good find by Willis.
Paxson kicks to Jordan. Over Wilkins. Michael Jordan again. 25 points for Jordan.
They could not have asked for a better start.
It's up a 3. Can't hit that one. And so it's Michael Jordan making things happen for the Chicago Bulls. And it was from 3-point range where he did the most damage. He knocked down 3 in that quarter. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone, to Chicago as the second quarter gets underway. It's been an exciting game so far between the hometown Chicago Bulls and the visiting Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks trail by 10.
For the Bulls, they've got a new coach at the helm this season. With Phil Jackson, this is his first stint as a head coach here in the NBA.
This is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second quarter. Kevin Willis out there with Wilkins. Then it's Malone. And it's Rivers. And it's Smith in at the 1 spot. Stolen by Pippen. And the call will be against Scottie Pippen. That's his first foul.
Sacrificing his body, putting it on the line right there.
Carr, he's checked in for the Hawks.
Antoine Carr.
Jackson, of course, a former player, a former assistant under Doug Collins in Chicago. And Clark, I hear he's got some interesting ideas when it comes to on-court strategy.
Well, Kevin, you know, he's certainly got some good pieces to test those ideas out with. There's no denying that. But what I think matters most is that the guys seem to relate to him and like him. Chemistry between players and head coaches is critical.
Well, you know, you played a long time, and you know how important that connection can be.
That's a very key deal.
You know, looking back at the opening quarter, Clark, Jordan managed to stay ahead of Wilkins in points scored.
Yeah, really good start for him, Kevin, in that regard, but can he keep doing that the entire game?
Right. And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. Here's Wilkins to the left wing. Smith, the pass to Malone. Shoots over Cartwright. Malone can't hit. The Bulls leading by 10.
The Hawks and the Bulls, when you look at the measurables of teams and players, pretty standard for the league, with explosively athletic backcourts and then quite a bit of size down low, too.
And Pippen slams it in.
Really crafty play that time by Jordan. Good decision. The defense was locked in on him, so he gave it away.
So far, Michael Jordan has been getting just about everything he wants on the offensive end.
And that's not unexpected, but, you know, that doesn't bode well for the Hawks as Wilkins has been unable to answer Jordan with shots of his own.
Looking about size, both of these teams start a 7-footer at center.
Yeah, you know, Konchak and Cartwright are very imposing at that position, Kevin. And then you get Grant and Malone are paired evenly at 6'10". So, hey, there's no way this game is not going to be physical in the paint.
It'll be a battle for sure. Ring shot on the way. Pippen, no.